Okay, yo people, so back again. Science Exploration Zambia, the show that was promised, the advancements of science. So we start our podcast today, and we're joined by Bwalya, founder and CEO of Lubuto. So today we're going to be discussing about the advancements of sciences, and we're going to be looking at innovation and project development. Yeah, Bwalya.
Thank you very much for having me, Khaled. Thank you very much, Science Exploration Zambia, for having me. Very excited to discuss with you guys today.
Okay. Yeah, so we just want to have a brief discussion, maybe for 15-10 minutes on the advancements of sciences. Like one of the things that people have been asking concerning science exploration in Zambia is, okay, how do I come up with a project? What's this project development thing that you guys have been talking about? There are people who are not yet exposed to jets, but there are other people who are already exposed to jets, and they just want to know more about project development. And you being founder of Lubuto and a person who's had experience in this area of developing projects, who's been exposed to innovation and advancements of sciences and technology, would love you to just briefly share with us your knowledge about developments of projects and innovation.
I'll tackle that question firstly from the innovation angle. So, innovation is said to be coming up with a new way of doing something that is already being done, or yeah, it's you finding a new way of doing something that already being done, or it's you in developing a new system altogether, which has more, which is more on the invention side of things. But then we'll stick to innovation, which is most high school projects. Most high school projects are innovation because most students in high school and uni do projects based on things that have already been worked on. So when you are developing a project, one of the things you should take into consideration firstly is identify a problem that you want to solve with your project. So you number one, you identify the problem, and when you identify the problem, you are able now to begin to work towards developing a system that can solve that particular problem. So, for instance, right now we have COVID-19, which is a prevailing issue. So we have a problem there. We can use it and try to see how we can develop a project that makes life easier with COVID-19. So it's improving in services like education. What are you going to do? And innovation is you coming up with a platform where people can go to, where people can learn even while they're home. The way we are using right now. This is an innovation. It's an innovation of Skype and other pre-existing video calling platforms. So that's basically what innovation is. And with projects, really, number one, don't waste so much time trying to come up with a new idea. It makes life easier if you work on something that is already pre-existing. Number two, identify your strengths even in the sciences, because in as much as you can be good in all sciences, you must excel most in one particular one. So if you are particularly good in physics, I would suggest that you do a project that is physics based, because that goes better with your strengths. Because actually, some people have found that because of their high school projects, they've gotten themselves a scholarship to study a specific thing. It would be very tragic if you did a biology project and got a biology scholarship while you are a chemistry person. You would find life in uni very difficult because you will not be doing what you intended. So the end game in your mind should be, let me do something relevant even for my career. So if you are applying, even for instance, to an Ivy League university, it's an added advantage to have like a track record of projects in high school that are specific to that field of study. So if you want to study medicine, if you have a track record of projects that are in biological sciences, that is a huge plus for you. So consider your career, consider your strengths, and also I would advise you to do an innovation. If you can do original research, but if you want to make your life a bit easier, go for an innovation. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so actually that's very, very true and insightful. A lot of people would ask saying, okay, So does it mean I have to like stress myself, sit down, come up with something? How am I going to think? People ask funny questions sometimes, but when you're out there trying to help out people by bringing such platforms where you can provide such discussions, one of the key things that people have to know, just like you've put, is when you're developing a project, it's not about you developing something of your own. Because one thing that I've observed about people is that they want to have something to their name. They just want to be them, like, I'm just the one who did it. But just like you've put
Yeah,
it, a project is about maybe something that's already in existence, and then you're just trying to add flavor. Like, trying to say, okay, how can I improve this project? For example, we look at the era we're in. We're talking about 5G, isn't it? We're talking about the introduction of
yeah,
5G, and there are
yeah.
a lot of theories about this 5G thing, but you look at 4G, the people
Mm,
that sat down and said, okay, let's divert to 5G, they did not just start, but the aspect there was the ground for their 5G plan was the 4G, the already existing 4G. So we look at it and say, I just agree with what you've said, like 100%. Project is about you looking into something that's already in existence, and then you're trying to develop. So maybe just to move quickly, another question that I would maybe love you to address, a question that a lot of people have been asking, and people have been okay. People go for JITS like year in year out, and if I remember very well, the last time I attended JITS, that was like 49th JITS fair. And people will be asking, like,
yeah.
people develop projects at JITS, and what happens to those projects? You find good projects in the fields of chemistry, biology, energy, and we still have load shedding. We're still having problems with uh, making or manufacturing our own medicine. So, what do you think is the next step for Zambia, like in terms of advancing this science that we've been seeing in fairs? How do we move a step further into doing our own things as a country and as a people that are passionate about science?
I think it's very important that we make sure that these projects don't just die after high school. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can get you saying.
Okay, because I got the internet notification here, so Wi-Fi is really poor today. But anyways, so it's important that projects don't die after high school. Many projects have come and gone. Some have been recycled. Some are thrown away because there is no system that has been put in place that develops projects. And this is partly because people just do projects for the sake of doing them because there's no consistency. If you're going to be doing chemistry projects, do chemistry projects in your high school career. Even go to uni and study chemistry or chemical engineering, something that is in that line of work, such that you're able to trace, a record of a particular uh, career path, which makes life easier even for you to improve on your projects. Once you gain more knowledge in university, you can have ideas in high school, but how do you execute them when you have limited knowledge? So that's why I'm saying emphasize on specific fields and then build in that line. And I feel as a nation we really need to improve by developing systems that should make it possible for learners to bring on projects. Let's say they want to bring them to our company, bring your project to Lubuto, and we're going to see how we can collaborate with you to take your project to the next level. So if it's us developing the technologies you have come up with, we will innovate on that technology, and of course we will. It's your project, so it should be patented by you, but it becomes a collaboration with us because we would probably have the reach and the resources to take your project to the next level. So I feel that's one of the ways in which we can help. And I would just call upon different stakeholders to just come on board and begin to invest in project development and really sponsor these young ones because there's a lot of great things, great technologies that have sprung out of high school projects. I know of one girl in the US who is a millionaire by now because of a high school project. So a company saw what she wanted to do at a science fair and funded her project, and now she's a millionaire and she's paying for herself in college. So opportunity for companies to come on board and just do it. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
That's profound again. Just like you've put it, it's about like I would say partnership again is very key because most of the things that will happen when someone has got an idea, one of the things that I've seen that actually makes people lag behind when they're entering this field of project development, there's that thing of not wanting to acknowledge people that have gone ahead of you, whereby maybe you've got a project and you will need people that are going to help you. So that's the aspect. You said something to do with partnership, where, for example, someone wants to develop a project, they've got an idea, and then they come to Lubuto. Lubuto knows that Lubuto has got a connection, you know. So meaning Lubuto is going to connect that person out to the outside world where they can manifest their potential. So even for people that are going to be watching this podcast, this discussion, when you're doing a project, when you've got an idea, it's not about you saying, I just want to do it on my own. It's all about me. But you have to reach out to the right people. So just like you've heard Bwalya heads Lubuto, a hub for science advancements in Zambia, Africa, and the globe. Same applies with Science Exploration Zambia. We're here to help you guys advance your projects. In the process of doing that, we're just not here to say us we're just advancing projects, but also doing projects. And at the same time, we're trying to give the best discussions and maybe a little bit of knowledge that may help you guys do your projects. Yeah. So maybe just one last question before we end our discussion for today. So looking at how we can move forward as a country in terms of advancing these projects, I've had a lot of questions that people would ask me about astrophysics, and I think you're one person that I've never seen a guy who's so passionate about astrophysics in here in Zambia. So maybe I'd love you to give us a brief insight on that. Maybe tell us, do you think there is hope for Zambia? Do you think there is hope when we're going to launch a satellite or something like that?
yeah. I get excited when we talk about physics and particularly space science because I really I'm a space fanatic. I love space, and so everything and anything in that field is just fascinating for me. There is a very big opportunity. There is nothing being done in Zambia to do with space technology, with space exploration, with you know, uh, space engineering, aerospace engineering. The the gap is huge. There's nothing being done in that space, which is a huge opportunity for young scientists, for young engineers, for young innovators and industry leaders, because now this gives them an opportunity to jump on this thing and lead industry. People that founded big institutions like NASA, the European Space Agency, even in the private sector, people like Elon Musk, who is an African, who went on and founded SpaceX, which is a leading company that is producing rockets that are reusable and are now planning a mission to go to Mars. It's really crazy. There's an opportunity there for us because no one is doing it from here. So I am very
True.
excited, and my team is working on a project. Unfortunately, I'm not allowed to go very much into detail, but we're building the first satellite ever in Zambia that we're going to send into the lower Earth orbit. Um, in the near future, we will send it into the lower Earth orbit and we'll be able to carry out some research for young high school learners and also for uni students. It's really exciting things. It's not something grand, but it's a small step. We are striding. We'll get there eventually. Like um, Neil Armstrong said, one small step for man and one giant leap for mankind. So step by step, we'll get there eventually. Yeah.
Yeah, so actually that's very, very exciting. And I'm not only excited, but also looking forward to such a time when we'll have such, because if you look at countries like Rwanda, Rwanda is now, it launched its satellite, which is encouraging. And just like you've put it, I love where you come out and say, there is space. Like no one is at the moment, no one is thinking of that. And then you're out there thinking of saying, okay, maybe let's do this. That's the innovation we're talking about, the people that we need in society. So even as we talk about advancements of sciences and this innovation part, it's good having people like you around, because people will be out there and listening to such content, not because it's not content that you can just pass by. It's something that you must listen to. And okay, so there are people in the background who are really, really working on things like satellites, space, astrophysics,
Yeah.
because people will just look at it and say, Mozambique. There's that bad energy, where people just look at it and say it can't happen. But as scientists, we believe that we're really, really going to make such contributions, and Zambia is really going to be on the map. Yeah. So there's certain things that would love to have discussed, but I think we'll reserve them for some other
Yeah.
discussions. Some things in mind, how to develop a model. People want to know how you can develop a project model, how you can come up with a proper thesis, a project report. But I think this was just for today, just to show people
Mhm.
about this show that we've brought on board. We'll be having some different guests, but we're going to be having you soon again so that you just share with us more on the advancements of sciences and developments of projects. So maybe before we go, um, maybe you just love to tell people about Lubuto and some of the details. I'll add your details in the link that will be in the video description so that people can follow you up and maybe do more consultation from you. Yeah, your last words.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me, and looking forward to further chats in this space of technology and the advancement of science in Zambia and Africa. We are seeing your phone communicating with your refrigerator and your TV and your fan and your mom and your vehicle outside. So you can speak to your car using your phone, and it's brilliant stuff. We are going to yeah. So we are building software in that space, and also we are utilizing AI development, and we are launching our mobile application very soon. So if you have innovations and you want to reach us, please do email me personally. That's mbwalya@lubutosem.com, or visit our website at www.lubutosem.com for more information on what we do, who we are, our team, our vision, our mission, and all that you want to know. You can send us inquiries or whatever you want to do. We are excited and we can't wait to have you work with us. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you very much, Mwewa. I'll make sure that I'll
Thank
add
you for having me.
the details in the link that will be in the description, and we're looking forward to having you again. It's been good and having you. And oh, this video is being recorded in the night, so yeah, don't be surprised. And yeah, to
It's
everyone, make sure that
morning.
you
It's 1 a.m.
yeah. So to everyone who's going to be watching, make sure that you like, subscribe, and share this video. Till next time, see you.